Harry Roque, mahal na mahal si Tatay Diggs.
Dahil ako talaga ay naging tapat kay Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte, hindi po ako nagsisisi. Hanggang aking kamatayan, hindi ako nagsisisi sa pagiging tapat kay Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte dahil ako, tumatanaw po ako ng utang na loob. Uulitin ko po muli lahat ng aking ginawa dahil naniniwala ako na si Tatay Digong ang naging pinakamagaling na presidente sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. I will not apologize for it. I will not regret it.
Tatay Digong, hindi makakauwi.
It follows that the defense has failed to demonstrate that the Pretorial Chamber's assessment was unreasonable. Accordingly, the Appeals Chamber finds that the defense has failed to show that the Pretorial Chamber erred in its assessment. For these reasons, the third ground of appeal is rejected.
Cassandra Ong, nakalaya.
Si Cassandra Lee Ong po ba, under detention pa rin ba siya ngayon, Mr. Chair?
Ngayon po si Cassandra Lee Ong, naka-release ho siya. No? So,
Kumusta? I'm Ulysses or Avord Joseph and welcome to News and Worthy Recap Weekly Edition number 131. We have those conversations last week, so skip to the chances provided if it piques your interest. Subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. Duterte, hindi pinayagan ng ICC na makauwi. What do you get when you haphazardly and continually provoke the International Criminal Court, daring their increasingly close hands to take you from your country through the lengthy tentacles of the law?
I'm asking the ICC to hurry up, and if possible they can come here and start the investigation tomorrow. Matagal man, baka mamatay na ako, hindi na nila ako maimbestiga. Na pagpunta na sila dito bukas, umpisahan na nila ang investigation. And if I am found guilty, I will go to prison and rot there for all time.
While outwardly admitting and scorning those who have suffered your war on poverty narcotics.
Meron akong death squad. Yung isang
Mr. Chair.
gangster, utusan ko. Patayin mo yan, kaya kung hindi mo patayin yan, patayin kita ngayon.
Can we be very clear?
Hindi naman death
Salitang,
squad.
salitang ano po ito? Salitang diretso. Opo.
Hindi naman death squad. Basta alam ng tao sa Davao na nandyan ako.
Now, siguro iniisip nyo, is this deja vu? Di ba nung nakaraan binalita ko na rin ito na hindi makakauwi si Duterte sa Pilipinas?
Hindi pinayagan ng International Criminal Court si Tatay Diggs na magkaroon ng interim release matapos ang pangmatagalang diversion at paghingi ng pahintulot para sa pansamantalang pagkakalabas ng selda ng matanda.
Pero that was due to the decision of the pre-trial chamber sa inihiling na interim release ni FPRRD to an undisclosed location last few weeks ago. Pero kinatigan ng ICC Appeals Chamber ang desisyon na i-deny si Duterte ng kanyang pansamantalang kalayaan dahil hindi na-meet at hindi convincing sila Duterte at ang kanyang lawyer na si Nicholas Kaufman sa tatlong kondisyon na pwedeng magpalaya sa kanya.
That the defense has failed to demonstrate that the Pretorial Chamber's assessment was unreasonable. Accordingly, the Appeals Chamber finds that the defense has failed to show that the Pretorial Chamber erred in its assessment. For these reasons, the third ground of appeal is rejected.
Subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. Pero kawawa naman yung matanda, di ba? He's like 95 million years old. Hindi ba pwedeng via humanitarian grounds na lang mapalaya siya? Kahit pansamantala lang na makapalaya si Duterte habang hindi pa dinidinig ang kanyang kaso. Tignan niyo
Yes, Your Honor. I am Rodrigo Roa Duterte. That's my first middle name is Roa. His surname is Duterte.
Di ba talagang nakakaawa? So, ano ba yung tatlong kondisyon para makamit ni Duterte ang inaantay at inaasam-asam niyang interim release? First off, kailangan natin unang malaman ano nga ba ang interim release. Well, interim release basically says na, pwede siyang hindi madetine sa ICC. Basically, ang interim release ay ang pagpunta or pagpapalaya in a sense na babalik pa rin ang akusado sa ICC whenever there is a trial going on that concerns him. At yung interim release na yon, it doesn't really have to mean na kailangan dun sa pinanggalingan ng country. It is whatever country accepts Duterte as their jurisdictional person. Kumbaga, kung sino yung magkakaroon ng responsibilidad to guard Duterte or at the very least, house Duterte and ensure na hindi siya makakalabas ng bansa. Subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. So ano nga ba yung tatlong kondisyon para makamit ni Duterte ang inaantay niyang interim release? Una, hindi siya flight risk. Kailangan nilang mapatunayan na hindi flight risk si Tatay Diggs. Kaso nga lang, hindi kinikilala ng mga Duterte ang jurisdiction ng ICC sa kaso ng kanilang patriarch.
Oh, lalabas na yan si PRD. Ano na yan natin, i-jailbreak na yan natin lahat. Yung ilan bumoto kay PRD, 16 million. Yung 16 million na yan, punta tayo doon sa ICC detention center. No?
Pangalawa, walang risk na ma-intimidate o magagambala mo yung mga alleged victims o kung namatay man yon, yung mga kaanak nito kapag napalaya ka. At pangatlo, walang risk na mauulit niya yung mga binibintang sa kanya even at a smaller scale. Pero dahil nanalo siya sa Davao City at paulit-ulit niyang sinasabi na gagawin niya uli kung ano man ang kailangan niyang gawin, kung ano man ang sinasabi tungkol sa kanya, he will fucking do it all over again.
Pag nagkapanahon akong uli na magtakbo ako ng mayor, maminos-minos talaga lang I will do the same thing again and again and again basta nandyan yung droga. For all of its successes and shortcomings, I alone take full legal responsibility sa lahat na nagawa ng mga pulis pursuant to my order. Ako ang managot at ako ang makulong, wag yung pulis.
Siguro ayan talaga ang pinakamalaking kalaban ng mga Duterte, ang kanilang mga sarili. At bungangang ayaw tumahimik na lang. Parang hindi mga lawyer, ini-incriminate ang kanilang mga sarili. Siguro ganun talaga kapag hindi ka nagfe-face ng accountability sa lahat ng mga pinaggagawa mo. Kasi meron kang umbrella ng populism. Meron kang umbrella ng proteksyon ng tao. Popularity. Subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. We also know na ang hinuhuli lang at pinapatay ni Duterte ay yung mga adik na may hirap. Yung mga gumagamit ng shabu or even in other cases, marijuana. Pero not those na siya mismo ang nagsabing lulong sa cocaine. The rich, bitchier, classier version of shabu.
There's even a presidential candidate na nag-cocaine. Kaya ako nagtaka ako, anong nagawa yung tao niya? Contribution
has he made pala sa Pilipinas. Si Bongbong Marcos bangag noon, ngayong presidente na bangag natin ang presidente. May drug addict tayo na presidente. Nung ako'y mayor, pinakitaan ako ng evidence ng PDEA. Doon sa listahan, nandoon yung pangalan mo. Ayaw kong sabihin yan kasi magkaibigan tayo. Kung hindi magkaibigan, magkakilala. Ikaw pumapasok kayo ng alanganin. Mr. President, baka susunod ka sa dinaanan ng tatay mo. Diyan ako takot. Ayaw ko mangyari sa iyo yan.
Kasi kapag shabu ang gamit mo, it will be a mercy for you to be cramped worse than sardines in a can. Kapag shabu mo, you will be killed dead on sight. Pero kung ang gamit mo ay cocaine, the rich man's amphetamine, baka maging running mate mo pa yung anak niya without so much as detraction. Kahit na, again, hindi mo nga siya subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. Pero mo, nasabihin nyo mang mas nakakasira ang shabu or methamphetamine by your strict definition, illegal is illegal. So why the different treatment? Bakit yung isa pinapatay mo, yung isa sinasabi mo ayoko naman na ipahuli ka kasi kaibigan kita or even, kakilala kita. I don't want you to suffer the same fate as those other people. Diba si Duterte mismo ang nagsabi niyan? Now in all seriousness, Duterte is now being afforded the right he denied thousands of individuals in his bloody campaign against the war on illegal drugs. Ikaw ang humusga if he really did what he had to do without care for due process. He is being afforded diligently and meticulously too. The ICC is no drama, no frills, no trial by publicity, just pure facts. And in that sense, Kaufman doesn't need to be a tricky Saul Goodman-esque lawyer. He just has to do his freaking job, as is the right of his client to a fair but ultimately justified trial. Fact-finding, not grandstanding. Ikaw, sa tingin mo ba dapat ba siyang litisin sa ibang bansa? For me, probably. I still feel like we should at least first get a trial going sa Pilipinas bago papuntahin si Duterte sa The Hague, the Netherlands. Legally speaking, ayon sa Supreme Court of the Philippines, legal ang kanyang pagkakahuli at paglipad sa the Netherlands no matter how much Duterte packed the Supreme Court. The Senate resolution to #bring Duterte home, not in a can or in a jar, has gained steam, pero it doesn't really have any bearing kasi nga again, the ICC does not care about the Senate of the Philippines. No matter what resolution are they pushing forward kahit na overwhelmingly in support ang mga tao. Now all we have to do is wait until the trial actually begins. At peperahan ng peperahan ni Nicholas Kaufman si Duterte. And that is something I could respect. Harry Roque, mahal na mahal si Digong. Cassandra Ong, nakalaya. What happens when you let the self-absorbed, attention-seeking loudmouth bother?
Happy anniversary on your first year of detention. May you spend the rest of your life in jail. Good night. Goodbye.
Another a part of an international criminal syndicate charged and held in contempt for uncooperativeness in a large-scale non-bailable human trafficking operation for scam hubs and Philippine offshore gaming operations free with not so much as an immigration lookout bulletin order.
Si Cassandra Leong Pubad, under detention pa rin ba siya ngayon, Mr. Chair?
Ngayon po si Cassandra Leong, naka-release po siya.
Ayan na nga, nakalaya na raw noon pa si Cassandra Leong katulad ni Harry Roque dahil nang mag-recess at magkaroon ng panibagong slate from the 19th to the 20th Congress. Pinapalaya raw ang mga nakakulong or nako-contempt sa House of Representatives dahil wala raw siyang kaso noon, which is why they let her free. Kahit na she is under investigation. Matatandaan nating sinight in contempt si Cassandra Leong around October last year sa House Quad Committee dahil ayaw sumagot at mag-produce ng mga dokumentong hinihingi ng Quadco.
Now, Ms. Ong, through the chair, most respectfully, kindly justify your refusal to answer that question.
Again po, Mr. Chair, I refuse to answer po or to testify po.
Then, Mr. Chair, I think the witness has chosen not to defend the question, and I believe the proper thing now is for the chairman to rule on the propriety of the invocation of the right against self-incrimination. And from there, I suppose, we would then vote on the contempt. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam Ong.
Thank you, Congressman Gutierrez.
I move that since the congressional facility for detainees is too crowded, I move that Ms. Cassandra Ong will be detained in the Women's Correctional Center. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to detain Cassandra Ong at the Women's Correctional Center located at Mandaluyong. It's a detention facility, Women's Correctional. Duly seconded. Any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. Hainan na sana sila ng warrant of arrest as prescribed by the Angeles City Regional Trial Court para sa mga kasong qualified human trafficking last May this year kasama si dating presidential spokesperson Harry Roque. Kinanselan na rin ang pasaporte ni Cassandra Leong at Harry Roque, effectively making them illegal aliens, which are automatically subject to the immediate deportation unless may specific circumstance that comes to their aid.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
Now, while the DOJ is now offering a 1 million peso bounty para sa mga impormasyong makakatulong sa paghanap kay fugitive Cassandra Leong, Harry Roque is still in Europe, lavishing dahil meron siyang pending na asylum case sa the Netherlands.
Well, I'm formally announcing that after our meeting today, I'm filing formally for asylum here at the Netherlands. As soon as my application of asylum is received, I do have the rights to non-refoulement. Non-refoulement under international law means, number one, non-deportation until matapos yung investigasyon if I'm entitled to asylum status, and number two, non-prosecution for illegal entry. Pero legal naman ang pagpasok ko dahil meron akong visa. No? Pero naniniwala ako na yung warrant of arrest ng Kamara de Representante ng WAD Committee ay mapapatunay ng unjust prosecution.
Dahil umano sa political persecution dahil sa suporta niya hanggang ngayon kay former President Rodrigo Duterte na nakadeteni ngayon sa The Hague, the Netherlands.
Dahil ako talaga ay naging tapat kay Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte, hindi po ako nagsisisi. Hanggang aking kamatayan, hindi ako nagsisisi sa pagiging tapat kay Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte dahil ako, tumatanaw po ako ng utang na loob. Uulitin ko po muli lahat ng aking ginawa dahil naniniwala ako na si Tatay Digong ang naging pinakamagaling na presidente sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. I will not apologize for it. I will not regret it.
Subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. However, sinabi ng the Netherlands na hindi nila ipoproseso ang asylum application ni Harry Roque, that he has to go back to Vienna, Austria para matuloy ang proseso ng asylum and that wala sa kanya ang kanyang pasaporte kundi nasa gobyerno ng the Netherlands when he applied for that asylum.
Yan po yung dahilan kung bakit all of a sudden naalala nila, ay may passport pa si Harry Roque. Hello, 1 year, 2 months na ako, may passport pa ako. Dati nyo pa sinasabing kakansilan yung passport nyo. Hanggang ngayon, di pa nangyayari. Bakit?
Sabi kasi nila na ano po yun nila yung passport. Sabi ko, alam ko yung passport yun po nandito dahil nag-apply po kayo ng asylum.
Eh ano kung cancela nila, wala naman talaga sa akin passport ko. Usually sa pagkakansela nila ng passport, no? Dahil wala naman sa akin ang aking naka-video ka.
Contrary to the Batas PH reporting na nahuli raw siya sa eroplano, pinigilan lang siya sa eroplano hindi dahil aarestuin siya, kundi dahil mayroong medical reasons that bar him from flying to another country kahit na nasa loob siya ng Schengen area dahil kakatapos lamang niyang magpa-surgery. And so, the doctor banned him from flying kasi, again, kakagaling niya lang sa surgery.
Pero meron palang version na isa pa, na kaya ako pinababa talaga. Eh meron palang isang mukhang militar na pulis pala, na Pilipino, na maski bago pa ako pumasok ng eroplano, ay picture ng picture. Kaya lang, nung tinanong ako, gusto mo bang lumipad? Siyempre, hindi. Meron akong 2 medical certificate unfit to fly. Kaya lang, akala ko wala akong choice. So, nung tinanong ako, siyempre hindi. Pinababa ako kaagad.
Naisipin natin, bakit siya nag-file ng asylum sa the Netherlands at hindi sa Austria na nagbigay sa kanya ng visa? Hindi niya raw kasi alam ang Dublin regulation which said na kailangan mong mag-apply ng asylum sa either kung saan ka nabigyan ng visa or kung saan ka pumasok sa European Union. Pinapapunta siya sa Austria dahil ayun ang bansang nagbigay sa kanya ng visa, which is why pumunta siya, or at the very least, pinigilan siyang pumunta sa Austria kasi meron siyang heart surgery or something like that. Binigyan siya ng visa ng Austria pero pumasok siya sa the Netherlands. Subscribe to the channel kasi wala naman kayong magagawa. Though it is also, by the way, customary na tatapusin muna yung asylum process ng isang individual before ever acting on any warrant of arrest, even if as requested by the country of origin ng asylum seeker. Kasi the DOI, inatay na lang rin ngayon kung mabibigyan ang hiling ng Pilipinas to put out a red notice kay Harry Roque, given the custom to process the asylum request first before even considering deporting the seeker. Now, ilang linggo na lang bago kailanganing iproseso ng the Netherlands yung asylum application ni Harry Roque. And so, even Harry Roque has said na mas prefer niya na sa the Netherlands, mas malapit kay Digong, na iproseso yung kanyang asylum application.
Pero sa akin naman, while I have accepted that Austria, according to them, should be the one to process the application, I prefer to stay in the Netherlands because of my promise to Tatay Digong na hindi ko naman siya iiwan.
So maybe, aantayin niya na lang yon na matapos that the time will run out kasi nga meron siyang valid na flight restriction, which is nagpa-surgery siya, which meant hindi siya pwedeng lumipad palabas ng the Netherlands. Bakit hindi na lang siya matulad kay Representative Laila De Lima?
Happy anniversary on your first year of detention. May you spend the rest of your life in jail. Good night. Goodbye.
Nung siya ang tunay na pinag-iinitan at kasama sa mga pinapersecute dahil sa kanilang pagiging boses ng oposisyon, hindi siya lumabas ng ating bansa. Hinarap niya ang lahat ng yon kasi alam niya na siya ay inosenteng tao.
I'm not going to leave this country and escape anything because there is nothing to escape from. May mga nag-a-advise na sa akin, ng mga well-meaning friends. Mag-isip-isip ka na, Laila, kasi kaka-announce din nga ng Pangulo na ikukulong ka na daw talaga. Maghanap ka na ng asylum. Why should I do that? I want to fight here in my country. Hindi pa ako duwag. Dahil wala pa akong kasalanan. Yung mga nagtatago lamang. At saka yung mga walang mga mga duwag ang umaatras. Hindi po si Laila De Lima. Hindi po ako pinalaki ng tatay ko na maging duwag. Tama na. Hulihin niyo na ako ngayon. Kung yan naman talaga gusto nyo, ikulong nyo na ako ngayon. I'm here! Do what you want to me, Mr. President. I'll wait for you. Thank you.
At yan na po terbosong news worthy recap weekly edition for roughly the 4th week of November 2025. Mag-suggest some more topics and or corrections to the balitas if you feel I misrepresented them in any way. Salamat sa manonood mga kabayang of me. Like, subscribe, and follow my links and socials on Avor Joseph that would be linked down below. Susunod muli, of course. Paalam.